welcome back to another Player 2 Plays, and by special request we're returning to Secret of Mana. My name is Paul James, and let's get into it. So, if you haven't caught up with part 1, we just got kicked out of our hometown for having drawn out the Mana Sword and basically apparently brought all sorts of enemies and monsters to the world. They've banished me and I've got to deal with it. Now, if you did watch part 1, I wasn't planning on making this a multi-part thing until some positive feedback has prompted it. So I actually had to replay that opening segment again, and I'm slightly stronger than what I was before. I accumulated a few candies, I did a little bit of level grinding. I'm still level 2, but I'm a little bit further progressed, and I had a few candies up my sleeve, which meant that I didn't die at all when I took on the boss last time around. So this is the Canon Travel location. I've got to go to the Water Palace. So we get a little bit of background about the Canon Travel brothers. The gem has already headed off to the Water Palace. You can jump in the cannon and do it, and at some point through these playthroughs I will do that. But I'm a man that prefers to go on foot, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's a past opportunity to level up. Not a simple flower, you watch. There it is. Now you can go to Pandora, but nothing really comes of it at this particular stage of the game. So we'll head that way and I'll show you how that kind of plays out. But we're not going to really glean anything from this trip at all. Those of you who've already played are familiar with what is going on there, but for anyone who's new to Secret of Mana, I won't spill the beans, and we can discover that as we go. Level 3... Finally, I'm strong enough to one-hit the rabbite. Now that little dude up the top left corner of the screen at the moment, he can toss me up to that high platform, so when I'm retracing my steps, which I will do shortly, I'll save a little bit of time on the return trip. Oh. Don't find yourself caught under them. Oh. Got him. Rejected. But you'll learn more later on in the game. Oh. Oh, not poisoned. Thankfully this is only temporary. Down you go. Oh, that was... Drop something? No, it didn't. So we'll use our little mate to fire up, save a little bit of travel time. Another rabbite. Oh, it's been too long since I played the game, and I keep forgetting about the flowers. Got some loot. We've got money. Money's always helpful. I can use it to buy some candies to offset the stupid amount of health that I've managed to lose so far. Oh no, I'm ready for you this time. Critical hit. Oh. Sometimes you'll miss that hitbox with some of the items. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's only a small complaint. My man, Nico. Who I cannot wait to see in this remake. So we spoke about candy in the past, but there's a whole bunch of other restorative items. So we've got chocolate, royal jam and chocolate. We've got the fairy walnut, which I cannot afford at all at the moment. Medical herb, which would have been great when I got poisoned there. And the cup of wishes, which is not so much use right now when I'm only one character, but will become more useful later on in the game as more characters join my party. The rabbit cap and bandana I can't equip. The wristband I can, so I'm going to buy one of those. But there's nothing really for me here, so that'll do. And I'll jump in and I'll equip that. It's only a little improvement, but it's an improvement. Within that stats screen, we'll see that I'm not that far from level 4 now. You could choose to stay here, but I'll back myself in to last a little bit longer and use a candy if I have to later. I'll hope that hubris doesn't come back to bite me. As long as it's not a bomb, I'm happy. Oh, there's another candy, I may as well just... Problem solved. We'll learn more about this later in the game, but for now, a bunch of troops just hanging around. They're going to nick off and they're going to disappear through this portal. We'll mess around with that more later in the game. As you can see, there's nothing for us to do at the moment. But you can hear a little dude firing arrows. We're going to have to deal with him later on in the game. We've now arrived at the water temple. There's Gemma. And we'll head in. Just a little bit of disrespect there. Hey, you. So we spoke about at the end of the last playthrough that that orb was going to be useful in terms of my weapon going forward. I will get the opportunity to use that orb to power up my weapon, and thus I'll be able to charge it to high levels in combat. Touching on the Pandora situation before that we weren't allowed in town. What am I scared of? Not the sword. I'll say the fortress. I can do this easily. I'm going to make sure I'm chock full of enthusiasm. Now that I've got this, the spear, the first thing I'll be doing is powering that up to level 1 as well. I'll save. It's the first time I've actually saved formally so far. Right, so there's not that much more I can do here. We can take a bit of a look downstairs, but there's nothing for us at the moment. It's a dead end. Nothing to do for now. So we've got to make our way to Gaia's Navel. Notice the little army has disappeared. They've gone through that portal that we went through before, but they've got the means to progress beyond that. We'll continue on. Got lucky there. Oh, lost him behind the tree. I think I got him. And there's no chest, so we'll keep moving on. Level 4. Let's whack that rabbi. Oh, I said I was going to change to the spear, didn't I? Now, my recollection is that we can now get into Pandora. And it's because Gem has wandered through that we've been allowed access. Been advised not to talk to the people in town, but that's because they won't talk to me at all. They're incapable. Merchants aside. So we've got some more armor options. It's kind of hinting at new characters to come. I'm going to stock up now and preempt that. And again, what am I doing? Equip. So I can equip that head. Well, I can't, because you can see with the dots there in the top right corner. Can't wear the Kung Fu suit either. So what we're seeing here is when you're in that screen, it'll have your little character's head, and that'll suggest whether they can equip it or not. So there's nothing really for me to do here, so I'm just going to scoot out the left side of town and continue on. And enemies are a little bit tougher here. We're going to find a few newbies. Not right out the gate, but as we get closer to... There we go. Oh, takes a little soon. Money. Money's always good. Now you can at any point check in to see how we've been talking about weapon leveling. You can check in at any point. You just have to jump into the menu there, check out the weapon and magic level, and you can see. So our rusty sword is at level 1 versus our spear that's at 0.52 at the moment. So it's not there yet, but it's on the way. We're halfway there already. And getting a few quick kills like that back to back is going to help. Oh. So we've got a fair expanse here to explore, but there's not really that much to it. It's just an opportunity for enemies to respawn off screen, which I wouldn't surprise me if that's occurred. Oh no, we're cool. So across the bridge, avoid. There we go, so my spears hit level 1. So I can now charge it just like I was charging the sword. Let's see what it does. But of course, until I get an opportunity now to use an orb on either the spear or the sword, It's realistically the best they're going to achieve for a while, outside of what perks come with me leveling up. But that improvement from your player leveling up is never all that significant, not compared with an actual upgrade applied to your weapon. Now, I'm probably going to reiterate it a few times through these Let's Plays. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I did notice just a moment ago on my computer that someone subscribed to the channel. All of your support really, really helps as we continue to try and grow. We are pushing hard for that 1,000 subscribers. Player 2 is one of those that are unfortunately being hit with the new YouTube regulation that essentially means you don't get you can't monetize at all unless you've got 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of viewed content per year. So we're really hopeful that you're joining us in these episodes, that you subscribe to the channel, that you share it. If you've got any friends who might be interested, please encourage them to subscribe as well, because the more the merrier, the more the better, and the more we can do this stuff. We'll duck into Dwarf Village, but there's not really much for us to do there either. But at least the people will talk to us. So we've got some more gear here, and notice that I can equip it. The elbow pad has my little head shown there, so I'm going to grab that, I'm going to equip it. The dress, not for me, but I can't buy it, I can't afford it anyway. The chain vest, I'll be buying that. Let's get myself equipped. No, I can't do the bandana. The elbow pad. And the chain vest. Notice that jump in defense there from 3 to 10. And I've got some basics there for these new characters when they come along. And if they're already equipped with something similar or better, then I'll just sell them. But it is one of the perks of grinding, the cash that you get, the items that you get, that resale value, all really useful as you want to get to those shops and you want to stock up as often as you can. Always keep your eyes peeled for the flowers. They will try and blend in. And I mean, it's a Super Nintendo game, so they tend to stick out like sore thumbs, anything that's actually meant to interact with the environment anyway. But they can cause some grief when you're not paying attention. Like that one nearly did. So the Haunted Forest is that point that we could have gone to before from the Water Palace, so you can see how the map kind of interconnects at this point. This is kind of the south side of the forest, but we could have accessed that from its easternmost point. Oh, missed twice. Those critical hits are coming at a nice rate. Nothing to see down here. I tend to try and use the environment against them and the limitations of the console. B can't make its way through there, but with a spear I can reach, and so I'll just try and pick him off from afar. There's 2 entrances to the dungeon here. You'll notice that this one basically leads me nowhere. But Nico is hiding in there, so another opportunity to buy, restock, whatever, and save, of course. Very generous allowing us to save the game. Rabbi cap. I can't remember if I bought one before, so I won't, just to be sure. We'll move on. There's nothing really new, it just gives us an extra opportunity to stock up. Some of the stuff at Kippo Village was better than that anyway. And we've got some new enemies again. And some of these guys can cause a few problems. I've found myself several times through multiple playthroughs over many years, taking my time through Gaia's Navel, and here we go. The balloon inverts all my controls, up is down and down is up, and etc, etc. Oh no, maybe I'm getting my things mixed up. Now, if you ever want to level up and you're here in Gaia's Navel, one of the best options, these guys will split. And whilst that creates more enemies for you to kill, it also means more XP for every kill you get. So I tend to try and kill off 2 of the... because they'll always restock up to 3. So you can just keep working the system, ensuring that there's... Oh, poisoned again. But there's always at least one there, and it'll keep splitting. Though to be fair, at the moment I'm not trying to grind them, and they just... Don't do that to me. There we go. And because they have a fair knack of being able to dodge your attacks, it does mean that even when you're not trying, some of those encounters can take a while. Oh. And the occasional chest works against you. Come on, don't be a bomb. And don't be poison needles. Can't really go anywhere at the moment. We've got this lava down here at the bottom. So we'll have to follow this pathway to the west. Oh. Oh. He interrupted my attack. Which can be one of the frustrations as you get towards the end of the game when you can charge your weapons up several levels and it takes a while to get there, and then to have that attack interrupted and for you to do absolutely nothing, like not even miss, do absolutely nothing, it can drive you mad. The lava's gone. We've got a pathway down there. We've got another one that seems to be down here to the left. We'll pass through the door though, and we'll work our way around to that point. Sometimes, as you saw there with the 11 when they were getting a little too close, sometimes you just got to know when to sacrifice the heavy hit just to give yourself that little bit more time. We'll duck into this cave here. Talk more about magic rope at another time, but essentially it's kind of your bailout. If you want to get out of the dungeon, use the magic rope. Takes you to the entrance. Oh, not you. Come on, gather up, gather up, gather up. Don't split. Oh. Let's keep these guys balanced. Ah. Look, this is great for my level, but it's driving me mad. There we go. Oh, no more blats. That's alright. Oh. He hasn't split yet, though. Come on. Oh. Oh, good. It's over nice and quick for a change. Ain't no combat gonna stop progress. So we can't go anywhere around here yet, except off to the right. But that drops a pathway for us. They're pretty to the point in a lot of these towns. This is a village of dwarfs. This is Pandora. Don't talk to me. And up here is our opportunity to actually improve our weapons. So everything with what's costs, but if you've got the orb and you've got the weapon, and we've got ourselves a new weapon. Or we will, sorry, have ourselves a new weapon. The inn... Oh, I've got a bit of cash to burn. I'll quickly rest up. Doesn't cost me much. Bit of foreshadowing with the 3 beds there. And every stop at an inn is an opportunity to save. Just the shop. So we got power wrists now, which are probably better than the elbow pad if I recall correctly. A new suit, so spiky suit being better than the chain vest. Midge robe, we'll grab that, we'll kind of preempt everything here. The headgear is better for me. And maybe we'll preempt everything a little bit further, we'll get a couple wishes for later. Just in case I stuff up royally. So you can see the jump there in the defense for the headgear. And again for the power wrist. And again for the spiky suit. Forgot which entrance I had to go through. It's clearly it's the left pathway. Nothing ever comes free in this world, apparently. The worst show in the world. Do my little bit of charity for the day. And now we'll sneak across to that other door, kind of backstage, I guess, and we'll hear how we got played. Damn straight you give me money back. You can kind of wander around this backstage area, but there's nothing really that you can do, so we'll head out. And this is where we come across our next boss. And where we wrap up this episode. We'll start seeing them emerge here in the middle. So get that hit in before the vine comes against him. Oh, thought I'd get away from that. Oh, come on. He's not packing much of a punch, but it's just frustrating. That's the leveling up for you from before that's really kind of paying off. Can't get that charge to take away. Oh. Got him. A little bit more fist pumping. Victory cheer. Way to go indeed. That laugh, huh? And he is the first of 3 playable characters that we've got. I can't remember what the actual name is meant to be. But what I'll do, because Glenn or Barry on Twitter, because you've been requesting this game, I owe it to you. can't remember. I assume you were 2 ends. I'm going to quickly check that. So I would hate to stuff it up. You're 1. I'm glad I checked that. Welcome to the game, Glenn. What kind of name is that? But there we go. Glenn's on the team. And that is where we will wrap it up. But you can see that Glenn has a new weapon for us. A boomerang. Our broadsword that was kind of worked on there, that's improved. Yeah, right. And a bow and arrows. And Watts has got his new tool ready for us, so we'll go and deal with that too. Interesting, we could have a fight in the middle of town and not a single person was seen. So the money that I just got from winning there, I basically just spent straight away to get my axe. This circumvents me having to go all the way back through Gaia's Navel like I did before. I can now just cut through and that will take me to the pathway where Nico was before. And that's where I'll wrap things up. At the end of this long pathway. There's Nico again. So we'll equip everything. We'll take a look at the weapons we've got. So we've got our broadsword now. It's no longer just the rusty sword, it's a broadsword. We've got Watts' axe. We've got our spear, obviously, that we've powered up, and Chopin's bow. At this point, for me, I've still now got to get myself to level 1 in 3 of the 5 weapons. Whilst Glenn, you've got about 5 to work on. So it's going to take a little while, maybe a little bit of grinding, something I might do behind the scenes before we start our next airing of this. So that's where we'll leave things for today, as I just kind of equip everyone. Actually, I'm fine. So if you've enjoyed that, please consider... I'll deal with all the armor later. If you've enjoyed that, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. All those details can be found at the bottom here. That'll allow you access to weekly episodes of Patched, the Video Games Club, The Insider. There's going to be Player 2 Plays, and there'll be a whole bunch more, all that can be found exclusively on our YouTube channel, so please go and check it out. If you like written word, please make sure to go to the website, player2.net.au, where you can catch up with a whole bunch of reviews, previews, there's features, opinion pieces, there's links to all the videos, and a whole bunch more contributed by some of the best talent in Australia, so please go and check it out. For rolling updates, please make sure to catch me at PaulJamesP2, the website, the Player2AU on Twitter, and until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we will do more Secret of Mana next time.